Welcome to TF3 Airport. Is what? 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 They say what we famous for. That's why I'm taking y'all on this verbal tour. First stop, Providence Place Mall, 3 floors of stores to shop for you and yours. Don't have a ride, you can take the Ripper. Anywhere you need to go, the bus will get you. Cranston, Warwick, even Newport, Kennedy Plaza, where you can find the ice court. Y'all know Brown University, famous. J-Dub, PC, you alright? Famous. Students from everywhere come here to go there. The capital's Providence. Dante is in your ear. Home of the Blue Bug, Iggy's and Thayer Street. Full of stores to shop or places you can eat. Near is downtown P-Pack. Enjoy your show. The Dunk Water Fires. Other things you need to know. Can't forget Fat Hill for real. You be slacking on yourself, homeboy.
If I didn't?
I said you be slacking on yourself.
Oh, I be slacking on myself. Yeah. I'm working on that. I'm working on, There you go again. Are you on the phone, man?
Listen, that's a great intro. You recording?
Yeah, it's recording.
Okay, good. I want you to put that in there. All right. This is going to show you how natural we are. This is not no pre-made up. No, this is what we're going to do when we get on the camera. We just put the camera on and it's a go. And then another thing, you're going to be like, yo, how come these dudes seem like they got the same outfits on? That's because these was recorded the same day. Just because it was recorded the same day does not mean it's going to be played the same day. But this is called different segments. But today's topic, conversation is this. I was talking to this brother. And I said, this is the topic. It's going to be, why do you think people have a hard time wanting to help other individuals? And before you speak on it, I want to give you something. I'm going to give you something to work off of. Okay. Behind the scenes that y'all didn't get to hear or wasn't recorded, you could probably add it in there. I was asking him a question about, I'm telling the story how this brother came to me and gave me an opportunity that I never had before, which was to record at a school. Mm-hmm. And I'm probably the first and only artist that probably recorded at school other than rock and roll bands, right?
Pretty much. There's probably been some other hip-hop artists before that, but none that I can say notably that I know of.
Okay, so he gave me an opportunity. Now, the thing that I said with that behind the scenes, what we was talking about was you gave me this opportunity. What could I do for you and what we doing here? One of the reasons why this is established is because I want to help him get, and I ain't going to tell you what he's trying to do yet, his goals, but I want to help him fulfill those goals, and this is part of helping him fulfill those goals.
You're supposed to be looking at the main camera.
I'm looking at both cameras.
I know, but you've been right over here.
But so that's one of the things I wanted to put in your head before you answer. Why do you think it's hard for people to feel like if I help this person, do you think they thinking it's I'm expecting something, or what's your perspective?
That's part of it. As far as someone genuinely wanting to help out of the goodness of their heart, we're in a society now where it's when's that other shoe gonna drop? You gonna offer me this, but what are you gonna ask for me in return? And it's when you live a life like that, I think it's hard for people to get out of that closed-minded, closed-off view of people. As people, we all want to feel that we can trust our fellow men. We want to feel that, all right, if I offer you something, it's really out of the goodness of my heart. I haven't presented to you any means to think otherwise of me, but yet at the back of your mind, you're still is he really gonna just do all this? You want to really just offer me to buy camera work, equipment for me, or buy this to help my production, but it's how much of that, do I owe you later for that? Or are you gonna come back around all right, it didn't work out with the plan that we had. Now you're gonna take it back, and now I'm sitting here without the camera equipment that I needed and all the jobs that I had set up. Now I can't do it.
Well, I can answer your question. There's a bunch of people that know me that I gave cars to,
or helped them in some situations. Now I'm not going to speak on camera, but I helped them in some situations.
But that was just a reference. I wasn't saying you personally.
I'm saying in general. Like, we can make it reference, we can make it personal as well. The thing is, I feel if someone helped you and you want to show a token of appreciation for that, you shouldn't do it because they just help you. You want to do it because if they helped you get in a position of getting where you got, let me reward or let me repay and show you, especially if you in trouble or you are not in a need right now for yourself. And what I mean by not in a need, where you can't provide for yourself. So you're in need. So let me help you out. Because just because you're in need doesn't mean you have to ask somebody because you can figure it out. But like a lady that y'all don't know her, she lived in another state. When I was 22 years old, she allowed me to come live with her so I could fulfill a goal of mine that I was trying to accomplish. I didn't know this woman. So it was a leap of faith. She took me home with her child. Now, I accomplished what the goal was. And I came back home. 18 years later, she lost that home and she lost her mind due to a passing of her son. I might get in detail one day about that conversation. Who would have known 18 years later, I owned the car, nice car, had the title, and I told her, if you come, you can have the car. I gave her the car. Now, when she went back home to the state she lived, everybody that knew me was like, wow, that was great what you've done. See, the thing about it is, I did it without her even asking, because I was like, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't even be in the position I'm in. Same as for you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have got that album, wouldn't have got that opportunity, and this wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for you. Because you came to mind when I was thinking of ideas, and I was just like, you know what? Let me reach out back to this brother, because this brother been reaching out to me, because he's like, come on now, you shouldn't be wanting to hang up your mic. You was doing that. So any opportunity and all opportunities that come from that is because of you.
Well, I'll take that, but at the same time, I wouldn't have this opportunity or this wouldn't be happening if you didn't pick up the phone. Like the project I was working on, like I had this man and another artist in mind. And I woke up one morning and this man was on my mind. I was like, let me call him. Out of the list, I'm gonna call him first, see what he's doing. We ain't talked in a minute. This was the first time we had talked in what?
Probably like a good 4 months.
No, because the last time I saw you, you was on your book. And remember your boy.
It was that COVID joint. Remember we did the show. I did the show. Because that's when you told me to stop thinking.
That wasn't the COVID show. I'm talking about before the COVID show when you.
Oh, I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, it was like a couple years because last time I saw you, we was over at what's the spot on Mineral Spring? The bar on the corner. Right across from the Walgreens.
I know. But they ain't pay us anyways, so we ain't got to say anything.
No. And you was working on your first or your second book.
My first book,
first book, and your boy took a picture of the socket and everything, and he came back, he's like, yo, and you was mad hyped about this. I was like, yo, that's cool. But this is before I even went to school and ended up doing exactly that thing, being in digital media, doing artwork and album covers and whatnot. So this whole thing started back then without us even knowing. Like, that was the first time. So
The parlor.
Yes, the parlor. Shout out to the parlor.
You have me invited. I was like, I gotta be this always stuck.
So that was maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And then before that was off the top at Brown University. We was on the radio with you, Infinite, me, and Charles Xavier.
Right.
So we had gaps.
Gaps. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
we had super gaps in between.
Put it in that perspective, yes.
So for this to be where it's at now, like, it's not by chance. Like we have been slowly like circling the same idea.
Relationship like that. Like we have respect. That lyrical done. We have respect, but if somebody would have said y'all two is gonna do something amazing later down the line, we'd have been like, nah, we cool and all, but why? Like I don't even think we got nothing in common.
We flowed in the same circle of artists and performers and never really sat down. Like you doing your thing on stage, I'm doing my thing on stage. It was like we just floated. within the same circle, but like never at the same location. And if we did, it was in passing, and then we didn't see each other. It was like crazy how it all came back to this.
Right. A phone call.
But as far as why people, because we got way off subject.
Not really, because it goes back. I'm going to bring it back about this guy.
But as far as like why people feel or maybe don't want to accept help, it can be a variety of things. Like, it depends. It doesn't really depend. Like, so say if we're doing a show like this and the person that can help us take it to the next step is also doing a show, but they feel that our idea might be taken away from the shine of their shows. Like, we're not here to do that. Like, we're here to like voice our opinion. We're here to speak our truths about similar topics. If not, we want to give Rhode Island a perspective that we see. We're not trying to take away from your perspective or what you're talking about. And you shouldn't feel like we're in competition. We're not in competition. It's like, your thing is your thing. You already have your audience. We're trying to gather and gain our audience for what we want to bring to the table. But some people don't see that. They see a threat. They see competition. They see like, oh, this is going to take away from the mouths of my family. Like, and that is I guess, primal or natural instinct that we have in this society. Is like, I have to protect mine. Like, you're doing something that's similar, or like, I don't trust that your help is going to help me. Like, you see it as help, but I see it as a possible threat and problem. Like, what you're offering sounds good, but on the flip side of that, what is it really doing? Like, what are you really offering? Like, it's this hesitation that I think people have.
Here's something I'm gonna bring up that y'all should know. You know what else just made? See, I told you this is full circle. You know what he just said is interesting? He's originally born in Brownville, New York, right?
Yes, sir.
And I was born in Brooklyn, New York. Now, who would have thought where we was born at, we would have met in Rhode Island, and they would have gave birth to what is actually what we're doing, which is our root. See, we're rooted in how we was raised or educated back in Brooklyn, like Rastafarians, Jamaicans, Puerto Rican, Dominicans, like, but it was mostly Rastafarians in Brooklyn that would tell you, let your word be your bond.
Word is bond.
And they like, you gotta stand on your word. Now, we're young kids, 5 years old, and they telling us this, and they instilling this in us. And that's one of the things and one of the principles I live by that people that know me will tell you. So the reason why I brought that up is for this fact was this. What was the point? Oh, thank you. Voltron. We was raised on Voltron.
Voltron. Like, you went through all that to come back to Voltron? Oh, now I'm in. No, tell me how this connects. I want to see. Make no.
No, it's like, I always use Voltron as a reference because everybody loved the Black Lion. They looked at the Black Lion as being the strongest lion. Mm. But if you notice, the Black Lion formed the head, but always knew until we all come together, we're not as strong as you think we are. Mm. You may utilize me as being the strength, but I need all of y'all to form this body so that we can take out the present enemy at hand. Mm. So one of the reasons I was saying with what you were just saying, I don't know whether it's funny, but yo, that's what it's comedy. But anyway, if, like with my hand, I always use this reference too. If the elbow is strong and the knee is strong, but if I take my elbow and I just start whacking my knee, whack, 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 people first of all be like, yo, he's crazy. Whack, whack, whack. Wow, I busted my knee. So now I had to walk with a limp and I got a bruised elbow. Mm. That means my body ain't strong. That's what we're doing to each other when we go against each other and our stuff. See, if the body is able to stand, do what it gotta do, but we're doing this, you're just hurting your own body. You're just hurting your own state. That's what I was getting at. Until we all come together, it doesn't matter who's the head, because as long as you're part of the body,
you form a stronger force.
See? You know,
Which reminds me of some lyrics that I wrote. We form a stronger power that exists within one being all the possessed of consciousness to rise above the ish that's been planted in this planet and seeps into the food we get. But that's another
bars. But I think, see, the reason why these topics, and this is a great topic to start off with, is in order for us to get where we need to get, because I said in the book, we need one another. If you don't have a car, nowadays, you can use an Uber driver, you can use Lyft,
you can rent a scooter.
Right. But you still need the companies that's renting these scooters. You still need someone to provide you with something. So somebody have to provide it. So that goes to show we still need some help. And that's something that's important that people gotta understand.
And also what you're saying that we still need to, utilize other people's help, that also means that we have to establish a trust for that provider. Because we don't know that these scooter people ain't taking money on top of, the money that that you issue out to rent the said scooter. Like, it could be underlying fees. But that's putting your trust, that's putting your money in this, you're investing. And I think what you're saying is once we learn to invest in each other, we can strengthen what we do here in Rhode Island. It's like, so.
See, that's what this is all about. Education, information, unification. Until we make an effort to be like, you know what? I have this, but I don't have that. He has that, but he don't have this. Why don't we come together? That's what this is about. So when we coming together, now we got this and that. Black sheep. You can get with this, and you can get with that. You can get with this, and you can get... But that's what it is. In order to find your niche, you have to find someone that have something that you may not have that could be a need to be able to get what it is that you're trying to do done. Because again, if I'm sitting there with plates, but no food to cook to put on a plate, what good is the plates? Even if they find China, you still need the food for people to eat off of. So that's why we doing this show. This show is basically going to be building, and we're going to show you other people that have, which our first guest is someone that's going to explain to you how many people have helped him and how he has helped them. And then you're going to see where we started these first episodes at. Because remember, that person's idea is now lived out. And when I asked this person, I said, hey, so you're the creator of all of this. What did he say? I didn't do it alone.
Oh, yes. So, yeah, definitely going to have to tune in for that one. And
I don't know how long we've been going.
I don't know either. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is going to be one of those 15-minute segments, 20-minute segments.
Well, now that you got what we doing, this is what every episode or every show you're going to see is going to be about.
But not in the same location.
No.
We will be moving around. Hey,
Moving.
Mess around. You might get some car scenes. It might be some dash cam in it. Like, we on the move.
We're going to have everything. Yo, this is going to be a great adventure. Like, that movie, Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure.
Yes.
Great Adventure with a Big Adventure.
Yeah.
I watch.
Okay.
Comment.
I'm not going to sit here and say that they don't.
You too. I watch. You want to put another dinner date on that?
Why? Every time. Why?
Because you know why?
Because you just like to eat.
No, you know what it is? I like people to pay for their poor decisions. So when you're making a poor decision, I'm going to make you think about it. See, most of the people that's around me don't want to bet me no more because they're like, nah, he always win. So I'm like,
I'm not worried about
Hemingway's that person that's going to watch this. Thank you for that, Hemingway's food was good as surf and turf. Expensive place, but go ahead.
Listen, I make an agreement to something like that. I ain't taking you nowhere. I'm a cook, because I can cook.
That works too.
I can cook. That's one thing. That's one of many things I can say.
Cook too.
I know you can cook, but if I lose a bet, then it's like, and this dinner's on the plate, then I cook. But
so, what's your final say on helping?
I think the first steps in helping or allowing oneself to be helped is trusting yourself, trusting that what you are seeking is being presented to you. Like whoever you pray to, whoever you worship, whoever you look to for guidance in life, when you ask for that thing, trust and believe that it's answered. You just have to trust yourself and trust that these opportunities are exactly what you asked for. It may not seem like that at the forefront of it or in the beginning, but you have to trust that these are the things that you were asking for. Like, I didn't think that the opportunity of working with you, or just like when I decided like I want to work on music or I want to get my degree in engineering, like I didn't think they would lead to this. I didn't think that being behind the camera or working with cameras would lead to me being able to shoot these videos and work with these artists. I was only focused on sound and music, legitly. Like I went to school literally just for my degree to be a sound engineer. Learning everything that I learned in the associate's program with cameras and lighting and everything, I basically found a way to piggyback that into sound. Like I thought I was using, ways to get my music out there. I was looking at the aspect of just promoting my music through these visual effects. I didn't realize what I was doing when I was putting them together. I didn't realize the house I was building. But this was all based off of faith and me saying, this is what I want to do. I'm trusting, and here we are now. So the first step is trusting yourself and believing that hand that is offering you help is just that.
You said enough, brother. There's not more. All I can say is this. We need one another in order to get where we're trying to go. When you went to school, you had teachers that educate you. You went through grades. You went to middle school. You went to high school. You went to college. So they went from teachers to professors to educators. So that lets you know we need someone. When you go to get a job, what do you need? References. What do you need? People that's going to speak on your behalf, that's going to say that you're this person that you're claiming to be. So again, this is just going to show you to what extent you need someone to get where you're trying to go. So until you realize, one, yourself have to put yourself in a position to get the help and utilize the help that you're getting, you're not going to get where you need to go. Until next episode.
I'm Jakeem Parker. This is Dante Martin. This is The Other Side of Things.
The Other Side.
Welcome to TF3 Airport. Is what? Is what? Is what? Is what? Is what?
The other side of things.
The other side of things.
Hey, you just said like the other side. Now they gonna.
The other side of things. Hey,
But people won't be confused. You gotta say either the other side of things or the other side. Are we gonna decide on that?
PG.
PG
for this
thank you.
opportunity.
Or should we just put
That
it out?
helps.
No, but I'm saying, should we put it out there, like let them decide? It should be other side or the other side of the things.
It could be both.
We could do a whole campaign, like get a podium and we could like argue opposing thoughts.
You know how sometimes your brain is just like you know what you're gonna do. You about to land a plane.
You got the great setup,
and just like yeah.
I had a point.
Things that make you go.
You going
2, 3, 4. That's why they got this thing called the pause button. But we're not actually pausing. We're actually saying, but he knows how to edit, so he can actually edit this.
I might edit it to be a freeze frame. We like.
So I finally figure out what it is.